Hello everyone, and welcome to my EastEnders Media News channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Monday, May 6, 2024 at 19:30 on BBC One. Yolanda's peculiar behavior worries both Patrick and Denise. They agree that she could speak with Pastor Clayton. Pastor Clayton gives an indication that Yolanda might not be feeling well when Patrick confides in him. After, Patrick brings up these concerns with Yolanda, who is taken aback by Pastor Clayton's deceit. In the meantime, Stevie chooses to have lunch at the Vic with Lexi, Will, and Janet after they happen to meet paths by coincidence. When Billy learns what's going on, he rushes over to the pub, but Honey stops him, telling him that the kids have a right to spend time with their grandfather. In another scene, George becomes upset upon discovering that he was not present at Gloria's funeral and calls Rufus to set up a rematch. Gina and Anna invite their half-brother Junior to participate in their own memorial service that they have decided to hold. Yolanda finds it difficult to be honest with Patrick, so she begs Elaine to do it on her behalf. Over the phone, Elaine tells Patrick what transpired with Yolanda. Yolanda locks herself in the bathroom when Patrick tries to speak with her. Yolanda runs out to stop Patrick, who is enraged at Pastor Clayton's action and pledges to face him. After returning inside, the couple talks about the circumstance, and Yolanda decides to inform the church authorities about Pastor Clayton. Billy Mitchell of EastEnders will face his father Stevie in upcoming scenes regarding his doubts. This week on the BBC soap opera, Stevie makes an unexpected appearance at the Vic, where Nadine is trying to win the family over to her baby plot. Honey urges Billy to give his dad another chance, even if Billy and Phil make it obvious he's not wanted. But things take a bad turn when he talks about his early years, and Honey advises Stevie to give Billy another shot. Billy is enraged when Stevie shows up at the house, and he refuses to let his dad back into his life even if Lexi and Honey beg him to. Later, Lexi decides to take things into her own hands and asks Stevie to get Nadine to get tested for DNA. Although he says his father isn't permitted to be around the family, Honey persists in pressuring Billy to give Stevie a chance in new scenes that will premiere next week. Later on in the cafe, Stevie runs into Lexi, Will, and Janet and makes an effort to get to know them better. Billy, however, rushes over to the Queen Vic and cautions Stevie when he finds out, despite Honey's argument that the children have a right to know their grandfather. Billy gets furious when he finds Will at the cafe with Stevie and keeps ignoring Honey's pleas. Billy becomes concerned that he may be becoming more and more like his father when things go violent. Subsequently, Billy receives advice from Phil to observe Stevie and find out his true desires. Despite his misgivings, Billy chooses to go out for a drink with his father and insists on knowing what he really wants. According to Stevie, he's a lonely elderly man who only wants to know his family. Upon returning home, Honey, Will, and Janet are taken aback to see that Billy has extended an invitation to Stevie. BBC One airs EastEnders Monday through Thursday at 7:30 p.m. ahead of its TV airing. Most episodes of the show are available for streaming on BBC iPlayer, where they are released early. "We weren't quite ready to put my daughter on screen," the mother says of her daughter. Arsher and I decided not to post her on social media or anything similar with this as well. We have never shared her on anything like that before. My spouse isn't shown either, but that's just because he was out of the office at the time. I failed to get him in front of the camera since he has been extremely busy filming Sky's Funny Woman and the second season of Everyone Else Burns for Channel 4. However, I vowed to do it if a second season is ordered. Despite the fact that her family is absent from Drama Queens, Roxy discusses mum guilt with the other ladies on screen, especially her Emmerdale friends Amy Walsh and Laura Norton, who also feature. She believes that a lot of other mothers can identify with these chats. She has also been vocal about working mothers and the unfair treatment she believes they frequently receive. "I realize it's 2024, but in my experience, I think women carry that guilt more and believe that anything they do for themselves outside the house is a luxury, that you're taking time off even if you're employed, and that shouldn't feel that way," Roxy remarks. During a heart-to-heart with Laura on one episode of the show, they discuss their birth experiences. Roxy believes that the traumatic and early arrival of her baby left her with emotional scars that she is only now beginning to heal, but she has never spoken it in public. With all honesty, Roxy admits, I carried that trauma with me for a long time. I didn't have counseling at the time, but I'm seeing a great therapist now, and we're doing eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, or EMDR, which helps with trauma processing. Although I'm not a total mess about it, I also believe that discussing your therapy visits is incredibly healthy because they're still taboo subjects. It's been the most uplifting, healing, and progressive thing for me. Roxy has had a hectic year managing 3 separate shows, so she says she's hoping for some quiet this year, including a holiday and some much-needed yoga. She is a certified yoga instructor who has produced yoga DVDs. She also hopes to collaborate with Jasmine, another yoga instructor, to offer some unique lessons that will be published on social media the following month. She isn't eager to participate in another reality show just yet. This year, you won't see me on I'm a Celebrity, she chuckles. I don't think I could ever do it because I'm not the kind of person who would accept an absurd challenge in exchange for an extra cup of beans. I would ask, what do you want me to do? Everyone at home and among the contestants would despise me. Even though I believe it would be too soon after dancing on ice, I wouldn't say no to Strictly Come Dancing. But I might definitely give it some thought in the future, she continues. However, Roxy has no intention of leaving Emmerdale anytime soon. She is still as joyful as she was when she originally joined the ITV1 soap opera, 16 years later. I adore being in a soap opera like Emmerdale because it allows me to develop as a character over time, she exclaims. It's a procedure that's uncommon in other plays. And Layla is such a fun character to play, which is why I'm so blessed. I'm looking forward to just settling back in and getting my teeth into a good storyline now, the actress declares. I need to re-establish my ground because this has been a really hectic, interesting, and different time. However, these past 6 months have also been quite an emotional trip, so I believe it will be beneficial for me to concentrate on Emmerdale and do some yoga on the side. Cheryl's need to self-harm stemmed from her anxiety of going through another cancer struggle. However, she soon experienced both mental and bodily suffering. Her skin would get burned and sore, smear tests would hurt too much, and she found it hard to have sexual relations with her 37-year-old husband Yassine El-Jamouni. She feels that her activities are to blame for her current partial bladder prolapse. Cheryl replies, I just realized that this is what I have to do. I'd make an effort to wean myself off, but I would always give in. You experience a certain amount of pain, but it wouldn't be an issue if I had to work as a fire eater. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.